Another thing that is making this Black American hate African this much is that they think that we are a threat to them. They think that we came to take over their jobs. They think that we came to take over their opportunities, of which the opportunity has been here for many, many years, and they don't want to claim it. They don't want to be educated. Some of them don't even have a high school diploma. They literally dropped out middle school, elementary school, high school. They don't have the level of education that most Africans have. And in most educated African households, it's literally master's degrees, associate degrees. The minimum is a high school diploma, okay? So we are a threat to them. Take that in consideration whenever you meet someone. You meet one person, a Black person, African American. Well, they're not African American anymore, just like Black Americans. Nothing hurts the most than having to see someone you bullied for so many years stand up for themselves. I said what I said. Nothing hurts the most than seeing someone you've been stepping down on starting to rise up, starting to stand up on themselves. That's what is happening. It's because you guys have bullied our kids in school. Like, your kids have bullied our kids in school. We've been bullied in school before, okay? And now we can't let that happen again, and that's why we are standing up for ourselves. We are standing up for ourselves. I saw people be like, be grateful, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we are grateful that we are here. We are grateful that you guys paid the road so we can be here. But to let you guys bully us in school and then bully us as grown-ups is not going to happen, okay? You can't bully us no more. You can't do that. We have a word. Now we speak English, okay? It's not like before we didn't have a word because we didn't know how to speak in English. Oh, I don't like African food. I don't want. Who asked for your opinion? My sister, come to the front. Come here. Who asked you? Nobody did. Nobody invited you to go eat African food. Nobody asked you to go eat African food. Nobody wants you to go eat African food. And by the way, just so you know, there is more than 50 countries. There's 54 countries in Africa. And in those countries, there are tribes. And those tribes have their own different types of food. We didn't ask for your opinion. We don't need your validation. Let me use my big girl words. We don't need your validation. Hey? We don't need you. Okay? Okay? It's time for my brothers, African brothers and sisters. Let's stand up for ourselves. We're not going to let you and your kids dominate us anymore. Or,
I am going to say this to everybody. When I mean everybody on this planet. Wherever you come from, I don't care. Wherever you're claiming to come from, I don't care. Good luck to you. But what you're not going to do, what you're not going to open your toilet mouth to talk about is man continents. As in Africa continents. The same continent that feed the whole world. The same continent that the resources that manufacture your phone is coming from. The same continent that the resources to manufacture that they use to manufacture your so-called laptops, all your cars, and that puts that ring gold in your damn hands when you marry, your jewels come from. That's the same continent that everybody is fighting about. So-called powerful countries cannot live without. That's the same continent that power your electricity. You're not going to open your toilet mouth to disrespect that continent any more. That time is over, y'all. The time y'all disrespect Africa continent is over. It's a new day. It's a new day, and we are not kidding. You can be whatever you want to be. Say whatever you want to say to yourself. But one thing you will not do, and we will not tolerate that anymore, is disrespect our resources, our continents, that everybody, including you, including your toilet mouth, benefit from. You're not going to do that no more. It's a warning to y'all out there.
Like I said before, it doesn't take much work to bring up evidence of Africans deciding to speak directly out of the side of their neck and direct that energy towards Black Americans, and Black Americans solely, because they would never talk about any other group of people like this. Again, especially like the last woman, the way that she was talking, I will not take any disrespect out of your mouth when it deals with the African country. Right? You're not going to direct that towards the Europeans. You're not going to direct that towards the Russians. You're not going to direct that towards the Australians. You're not going to direct that towards Prince Charles, the Queen of England. You're not going to direct that towards any of the white nations directly out there. But like I said before, you guys are so brave to have all of this energy when it deals with Black Americans. You want to say that that is your continent, right? But yet white people are solely taking that over. Asians are taking that over. You're selling off land at this moment in time. Europe still has treaties, contracts, whatever it is, directly dealing with those countries. A lot of your corrupt politicians and officials are still in contact and having conversations with Europe. So how is it really yours? You are correct. You are the face directly of that continent. Nobody is doubting any of that. But when it deals with those who are solely getting the money, the lion's share of the money, it is not you, my dear. It is not you. So how it is that you find your way on this internet to specifically try to dictate and tell something to Black Americans when you're not going to correctively speak this way towards your officials that look just like you, the officials that you vote directly on, the officials that are puppets for Europe and many other nations directly out there. Like I said, it's very interesting how you guys always find a way to direct this type of animosity, anger, and energy towards Black Americans, but you will never direct this towards your own, and you especially will not direct this towards white men in this world. You will never do it. Black Americans are the main ones that do this on an everyday basis. We can at least sit up there and say, as Black Americans, we put energy everywhere. We point it towards our own. We point it towards the outside. We also point it directly towards the white government, the white ran government that we currently have at this moment in time, and for the United States in general. We've been all over the board directly with this. And then you have the first woman wanting to say that Black Americans are in fear or intimidated by educated Africans. Since when? Since when? We've been doing this. We've been doing this. Like what really are you talking about? What are you speaking on at this moment in time? And then she has some other videos up there talking about Black Americans, like, oh, it's us. It's time for us to rise up. You guys have always been bullying us and doing this and doing that and all this other type of stuff. Man, what are you talking about? So you mean to tell me that when you were specifically going through school, that when people were cracking jokes and saying this, that, and the third, you just couldn't take it? You didn't know how to throw a jab back. You didn't know how to throw a joke back. So you decided that you wanted to carry that throughout your whole life. That's specifically what you're telling me. I want you to understand, what is it? The African booty scratcher, whatever names that people, that these Africans always want to complain about. Black Americans have had that back and forth between each other. Like, this is just what we do. We joke here. I guess maybe over in Africa they don't know what jokes are. They don't actually do anything like that growing up. Like I said, I don't know. But obviously from all of the complaints that I've been seeing of Africans, and they're in their 30s and 40s, be like, oh yeah, when I was in school it used to be called this and that, and African this and African that. I'm like, so you were around us long enough for that to take place and happen, but you didn't learn how to start joking back with people, how to start throwing shots. Word. That's what we're doing. Like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. That's like bullying. That's not even bullying. Just to be honest, that is not even close to bullying at all. That's realistically an initiation. That's pretty much all that is when it deals with the Black community. You can either get with it or you just got to move directly to the side. That's pretty much how that works all the time throughout life. Even in adulthood, you have guys or women still sitting up there throwing shots and throwing jokes. You got to be able to sit up there and either get with it or don't. That's it. It's literally, it's that simple. But you know, you can't tell people some stuff. But to try to say that because you're an educated African, that Black Americans are afraid of you, we're some type of jealousy or envious, and you want to bring up all of these stereotypes, but like, oh, you guys are pretty much just high school dropouts, don't even have a diploma, you guys don't even go to college, you guys don't even want to work, you guys got 10 kids and all these baby mamas. Do you understand how ignorant and dumb you sound? Like, it's crazy that you're from the continent, you have this education of which that you speak of, and that you're so stupid at the same time. That's the most insane thing. And you're mouthing off the exact same talking points as white Americans in the United States. Like, this is crazy to me. This is so crazy. Like I said before, for a lot of Black Americans, we would automatically think that those in Africa would be, far above this. Y'all be beyond this. Y'all be able to actually understand and see certain things. But obviously, y'all not even trying to go above the clouds. Because they're white. So whatever that white level of clouds holds you directly at, that's where you're going to stay, because that's your comfort zone. You're not trying to go above and beyond, because if the white clouds are not there, you're not there. Right? What's above the clouds? Melanin, the universe, dark matter. You ain't even trying to sit up there and see what that is or even have an understanding of it. You're not trying to be around something that is reflective or look anything like you, that can potentially elevate you past anything else. You're just trying to stay exactly where the white clouds are. That's the craziest thing. That's 100% the craziest thing that I've ever seen in my life. I can levy the exact same arguments when it deals with the things that she stated. A lot of your folks directly on the African continent are uneducated. A lot of them don't even have education in a variety of areas. You have rampant STDs, AIDS that goes on over there, because, correct me if I'm wrong, it was the United States artists at varying times in history that would throw concerts in order to raise money directly for y'all, right? Because AIDS and everything else was so rampant. It was the United States at a point in time that had the Christian Children's Fund that was trying to raise money in order to help your kids, right? It wasn't the other way around. It wasn't another. There's not a time in history where Africa is like, we're going to get together and raise money for the blacks in America because they can't do it for themselves. Like, they're just impoverished, they're poor, they don't have anything, and we just have to sit. Nah. It was y'all, right? Wasn't it also, America and other places around the world coming through to give vaccinations because y'all didn't sit up there and have it, even though, as you stated, that Africans are highly educated? Yeah, it's crazy work. How that ends up. Isn't it also the case of which that a lot of these African nations that have a lot of these resources give them up to Europe first? They don't give them up to their own people so that they can make money, so that they can figure out things. No. That African government takes it and then they show it to the European, aka the white man, and then they allow them to do whatever it is that they want to do with it. And if they decide that they don't want it, then you can't do anything with it without their permission. That's some crazy. That's diabolical how that just so happens to work. And then on top of that, you wanted to talk about the whole aspect of dealing with kids and baby mamas and stuff. Case in point, like I said, you got two areas around the world beyond anybody else who is dealing with paternity fraud, who is dealing with the fact that women are just getting pregnant by any and every guy directly out here and don't know who the father is. Number one is Jamaica, and the other number one is Nigeria. And then not to mention the fact that you also have open defecation. Like I said, I can actually keep going. If I really wanted to do an hour-long video directly on this topic, I could actually do this without no problem. But I don't feel that I should have to go that far. Because all I'm saying is that, because you have certain things going on, it's not indicative of every single person directly there, right? And this is a Black American saying this, right? But even with me having that type of logic, I'm out here listening to other people who are showing their faces and openly stating that in general, this is how they deem, see, and brand Black Americans directly out here. Crazy work. Diabolical. Diabolical. So, I guess it's going to get to the point in time where Black Americans, there's no such thing as fighting fire with fire. You have to fight fire with lava. And that's all you can do. That's all you can sit up there and do. And we're slowly but surely getting directly to that point, as each and every time somebody who is African or from elsewhere decides to open their mouth and say something negative about Black Americans. And this is the other thing that I want a lot of people to understand. If you pay very close attention to a lot of these people talking about Black Americans, listen to how they all have the same talking points. They can't list you or tell you anything different that they know of when it deals with Black Americans. So follow their talking points and then go to the exact same source who made those talking points, and then you'll figure out where everybody is getting their words from. Crazy, ain't it? But yet all of these people say that they're different. All of these people say that they are so proud and they have their culture and this, that, and the third. You are getting your talking points directly from a white Eurocentric standpoint and mind frame. It's not anything from specifically your own experience. You're getting this from other people that don't even look like you and don't even like you. But you say that you're different. Okay. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, stay tuned for the next video.